How you doing, Jeff Zimfer? Welcome to another episode of Loan Officer Marketing TV. Be prepared to be wowed. Get your notepad out because this is going to be good. All right, so last episode we talked about finding your oil wells. You know, you becoming an oil tycoon like Jed Clampett himself, moving from the farm to the land of Beverly Hills, swimming pools and movie stars, right? And we talked about the National Association of Realtors home buyer profile that showed that the predominant place buyers still go in today's market to conduct buying a home is with real estate agents. A full 85+% of them use an agent for the real estate transaction, even though they're getting the property information first online. Makes total sense, right? So then we talked about considering, you know, what's an oil well? An oil well is any source of business that, when tapped, continues to produce that business ongoing without the same amount of effort it took up front to find and get access to that oil and have it produced for you. That's an oil well. And based on, you know, facts and figures and results and pure just this is how it is, real estate agents are still the top of the funnel predominant source for buyers for you, okay, in the marketplace. And I'm going to assume that's true for you too, because you, like probably a lot of other loan officers, may not have an unlimited budget to do massive online advertising and Google campaigns and pay-per-click or television ads and newspaper and radio and all that kind of stuff. If you don't have a huge parade of buyers coming through your funnel on a regular basis, and if you're not working with a large group of agents, meaning 50 or more in your database, your sphere of influence, that can send you deals on a regular basis, if that's not you, then you ought to reconsider what your agent strategy is, and you ought to become an oil tycoon. You ought to say, hey, agents are the top of the funnel. I want to get into that conversation as early as I can. How can I find more agents? Well, I'll tell you what. When I first began my career as an originator, I was struggling. I mean, I was starting from ground zero, and unfortunately, I was doing probably what a lot of other originators do. I was doing what everybody else does, right? I was going to open houses, I was making cold calls, I was like, you know, out there trying to get, you know, onesie twosie, find agents, and, you know, hey, you got any loans for me? Please send me a deal. I'm so great, I got great rates and service, and here's a donut and a pen and a cup. Terrible, right? Does that stuff work? Occasionally. The problem is it's so hit and miss, and I didn't have time to be hit and miss. I needed to find a lot of agents fast because I knew they had access to the buyers, and I just needed to be better at getting to those agents first and convincing them that I was the best originator for them to send me their buyers to handle them and take care of them. And I was able to do that by putting together an actual system. And I will tell you this, that, you know, most of the frustration in originators working with realtors over the years comes from those activities, comes from having to grind it out, comes from having to drag themselves out on a Sunday afternoon to take time away from their family and go to some open houses to look for an agent, and 8 out of 10 times they're not even there, it's their assistant, which that's okay, right? It's okay to be doing those activities because you get feedback, you get experience, and you start to build, you know, some of your marketing muscles. But I will tell you, if you want to get there fast, if you want to accelerate your results, then you need an actual system, you need leverage. Right? You need something that's going to get you to that end goal more quickly. And I will tell you, it is not the old school training of open houses and broker previews and knocking on doors and cold calling. I mean, should you still engage in some of those activities? If they're working for you. If they're not, stop. Find something that's going to work. And in my experience and that of a lot of other originators, is what works well is actually hosting free educational seminars for real estate agents. That's right, free educational seminars. These are seminars where you invite agents to come out to hear what I call a wow factor topic, where agents are going to come out to learn something that you or a guest speaker or someone you can get into that room has information, relevant information that you can share with that audience. And oh, by the way, if you're thinking you don't have relevant information, I can tell you, you definitely do, okay? Agents are hungry. Agents are dying to be led. They want someone to help them. And I'm not talking about tell them how to qualify for an FHA mortgage. Most agents don't care to hear about that unless there's some big news update in the market about mortgages specifically. They don't care to hear about it because that's your job. You're the professional. When they give you a deal, they just want you to take care of it and close it. And if something comes up, they want you to tell them something's up. And there's no surprises, right? They want you to deliver on what you promise you're going to deliver on. So with that set aside, you need to start looking at, okay, how do you become a valuable source of information for real estate agents? Because they're so confused on what's going to work in today's market. There's so much coming at them, just like there's so much coming at all of us, right? From all the latest tools that are available in the market, from your social media and your Google and your video and your email and the tools these days are overwhelming. The good news, we got lots of new tools. The bad news, we got lots of new tools, okay? The problem is figuring out how all that stuff goes in your funnel. So what's working today, what's working like gangbusters for originators today, is actually becoming a content provider, if you will. Have you noticed online, by the way, that's where a lot of things are going, is to becoming a content provider. It's what's called inbound marketing, content marketing. So the point being is agents are trying to make sense of this whole new world of content marketing and the social media space and inbound marketing and how to navigate the confusing, choppy waters of the market these days. And you becoming a source of that information through your educational seminars will build your prestige, your persona, your expertise. You will become a thought leader, and you will start to attract people, real estate agents, to you who will see you as an expert and won't even question your ability to deliver on a mortgage or not. I kid you not. You would be surprised. Don't believe me? Check out one of the interviews on the blog here under Originator Hot Seats, Justin Herring, and he'll tell you about how the educational seminars he hosts, he has agents coming up to him afterwards and just handing them their card and saying, I got to do business with you. There's no interview about their experience being a loan officer. There's no interview about how many loans they've closed. There's none of that. There's the instant credibility, instant thought leader expert that you get by being somebody who's at the front of the room, either providing or helping to provide with other guest speakers, providing relevant, useful, business building content, tools, and resources. That is called positioning in marketing. And that places you above all the other originators who are simply, I can close a great deal for you. Give me your toughest deal. Oh, I want your toughest deal to close. What, are you kidding me? Hey, how about repositioning everything so now the marketing, now the people, the interest flows to you, comes inbound, right? Reverse prospecting. So I want you to start thinking about that when you're meeting with your agents. Hey, here's a great idea. How about if you just asked your agents, what's the biggest frustration they're having in their business right now, the biggest struggle? Is it getting more listings? Is it getting more buyers? Is it converting more listings? Is it getting more buyers qualified? Is it having a tighter control of the transaction? Is it their online strategy? Is it understanding how to use social media? Do they have an interest in leveraging video marketing at all? Are they doing anything with Google? Are they good at building and maintaining a database and communicating with that database? What about business planning, right? The topics are endless, right? Start to align yourself with real estate agents that way, and you become now seen not as a loan officer just providing loans, because, by the way, anybody can do that. If all they want is a loan, they can go to Quicken, right? But if you want a relationship, if you want engagement, then you reposition yourself by becoming a value-added resource and providing help. Become a problem solver. Provide relevant content, problem-solving content, and you'll now be seen as somebody completely different, completely more valuable than just your average loan officer, who, by the way, is replaceable. Okay? You are not replaceable. Okay? So ask your agents when you meet with them. Heck, do a survey. Send out a survey using SurveyMonkey and ask them, hey, what are the 3 most important issues or challenges in your business right now? You're doing an informal survey. You want to get a sense of the local community in real estate, and find out. Ask them those questions. You'll be surprised by the answers you get. Okay? And then on the next sessions, we'll talk about how you then take that content and position that into an actual kick-butt educational seminar that gets agents' butts in the seats and loans in your pipeline. If you like this, you want more, let me know. Leave your comments below. Like me, share me, plus me, all that fun stuff. All right? See you on the next one. Jeff Zimfer, Loan Officer Marketing TV. Bye for now.